Jeanette Collada-Tacto, and I'm an educator and a parent in a national school district.
Hi, I'm Jen Gibson. I'm one of the partners with the National City 16 Weeks of STEAM, and I had one of the opportunities to design curriculum for this program.
So Jen, the first unit we cover is the Hydrosphere. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
I certainly can. And we started with Hydrosphere because it seems like so much of life is about water. And that is what the Hydrosphere is about. It's all about the waters on the surface of the earth, such as lakes and seas, oceans, and sometimes including the water on this Earth's surface, such as clouds.
What are some of the key vocabulary words?
Okay, parents, we're not going to bog you down with a bunch of vocabulary. This is supposed to be fun, but some things that you're going to want to know, and this is going to be in the handouts that we have for you, is really about the water cycle. So that's the process in which water on Earth evaporates, then condenses in the atmosphere, and then returns to Earth in the form of precipitation, like rain. Rain and snow are forms of precipitation and are part of our water cycle. So this water cycle is always moving through the earth. The next vocabulary word is watershed. And watershed is the area of land from which water drains into a river system, or lake. And believe it or not, National City has its own watershed. Pollution is our last word, and it's very important to understand pollution because we all play a part in keeping pollution from ruining our water. Pollution refers to poisons, wastes, or other materials that might pollute our water. So we're going to talk about that in this unit. So when you come to the website, and that should be on your screen right now, you're going to see the different spheres. So we're talking about the Hydrosphere today. So you'll go to activities, and then you're going to register your student, or if you have multiple students that are going to participate, each student and your family. And then once you do that, you're going to download your materials. And Jeanette, we have done some work here. We have this available for you in many languages.
Yes, English, Spanish, and Tagalog.
So be sure to download those in the language that feels most comfortable. I'm going to choose English right now and just show you how you might work through a unit. So what we did with this particular Hydrosphere unit is we give you an overview, and then we're going to give you opportunities to investigate, wonder about this particular unit, explore, interview, and visit. So you'll see some themes here. You get an introduction, the basics of Hydrosphere. We even give you more vocabulary. Ooh, love that vocabulary. And then we give you some other information here, some of our partners, and then we start in the activities. And so the activities are all throughout here, and you can see the week up here, which week we're in. This one's a guessing game. We have acting. We have watershed science experiments. We have all kinds of fun activities that you can do with your student. You only have to choose one per week to participate in the program. And you can look ahead. You can do all of them if you wish. And as you scroll through, you'll see there's so much for you to do. And so as you go all the way through, you'll see at the end more activities, but we also have recommended books by grade level, nonfiction, fiction. And then we have this awesome playlist of music that's free for you to use.
That's great, Jen. Can we dive into a lesson now?
So the lessons always start with an introduction, and then we have a question. And that question is really designed for you and your child to think about, what is important? Where did this happen? What's going on? Have I ever thought about this before? So in this week, it's how does the water cycle work? And how does water actually get on Earth? Where did it come from? So you would talk about that with your child and see what they think. It doesn't matter if the answers are right or wrong. It's just really having a discussion. And honestly, not every adult knows the answers to these anyway. So have the discussion and feel comfortable with that. We then give you some videos to check out, and we suggested grade levels, but honestly, don't feel like you can't watch the younger grades versus the older grades. They're all really good. We also then tell you about materials. And Jeanette, you had given some advice in our overview video about materials. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add here.
No, just make sure, parents, we don't want you to spend a lot of money on materials itself. So ask your neighbors if they have any of the materials, or you can go to Walmart or even go to a thrift store and see if they have any materials
That's
there.
right. This isn't meant to be expensive. And we tried to come up with materials that you could have at home. Now, when you look at the materials, I would look at them first before you're working with your child. For example, this one has a permanent marker. You might want with a younger child to be sure they don't damage any clothes or furniture. Just be mindful of what is being used here and feel free to substitute it out. Also, if there's scissors or something else, you can have older siblings help with that. Then what we do is we give how to set the lesson up. I recommend reading it first as the parent before doing it with your child. Even as teachers, both Jeanette and I always did that before going and teaching a lesson, making sure we understood. So as you look at that, then you have extensions after you've done the activity. And you might decide, you know what, this isn't the activity we're going to do this week. We always try to give a science investigation, and we give something from the arts. So in this week 1, we have a guessing game that you're going to design. So we walk you through how to set that up. So you could choose to do both or just one. That the choice is completely up to you. What we want to do is once you've completed the lesson, you'll make, you'll either take a photo, most likely it's just a photo, I think, Jeanette, or if it's a document, you'll then go back to the website and you're going to upload your evidence where it says submit here. So that's where you're going to submit your work. And so it says right now, because we're doing Hydrosphere, you'd submit your work in this section, and it gives you the directions. You need to submit 4 examples. That doesn't mean you have to do all of the activities, just 4 of them.
Just make sure that they have fun, and it's okay to make mistakes.
Oh, that's for
It's
sure.
okay to make mistakes.
So you'll ask your child lots of questions as you're doing this too. What do they think? What do they like? What didn't they like? What would they change about it? Those are all great things. Also, do not get stressed out by this. This isn't something you have to do and finish and complete. We want you to have a lot of fun. We would love any notes that you have to share, comments with us. We'll give a survey for you to share that information. If there's something that you've learned from the lesson, or you've gone, oh my gosh, if you could just use this material, it would make it so much better. We'd love to hear from you.
And any other tips that you want to share with other parents, please feel free to share it with us too.
Be sure to check out our other videos, and we look forward to seeing you soon.